And I am back. I pulled the hair out of my face. It's easier to play golf if the hair is not in your face. This, by the way, up there is my little searchlight that I installed. Well, actually, I didn't install it. Doug did, but I bought it. And so that way I can practice at night. And there's my golf net. It has developed some holes, so I pin them together with safety pins. It'd be better to buy another net, but, you know, inflation and all that. The end of the money. Erica came home the other day from the dentist and said, "Guess what, my love? For only thousands of dollars, I'll be good as new." Okay. Thousands of dollars. Anyway, I mean, what else are you going to do but laugh? Because after a certain point, all you can do is just do the best you can. I actually get quite a bit of money every month. You spend it all. And then some.
Hello. We're out walking the babies. Glad you could come along for the ride. So, little blue had to walk on your foot, didn't you? And now he's in the little buggy. All the flags are going. It rained last night. I'm listening to Christian workout music. I'm sort of jogging. Yep, I'm getting a little workout. It's a gentle workout. Nothing major, but feels good. Here's the OOTD. OOTD. No, Beanie, we gotta stay on this side. For now, it's a little confusing if I go back and forth. No, we gotta stay over here. We gotta stay over here. Can't move. So, yeah, I told the guy that I went out on a date with, I didn't think it was good. That I thought it was, I thought the meals were sumptuous, and he was a darling, adorable, charismatic person, but I thought that he was kind of going for sex, touching my butt, and you're not really pushing for sex, you know, and going to his bedroom. We didn't do anything there except for kind of talk and cuddle, but inviting a woman to your bedroom when we could have sat in the living room right off on the first date, it's too much and too fast and not respectful. And I understand about my past, you know, of being a dancer, but I've been on a date and he knew that for 15 years. And I was, you know, I joke around, women joke around and stuff, but a man that's honorable, that really wants to love you for, hold on, Bean, hold on. He's pulling, so I got this to manage. Hold on a second. So a guy that's, excuse me, guys, Bean's pulling. A guy that really respects you doesn't push for sex. And he said something like, well, I'm going to go slow with you. It's like, as if you had a choice. It's like, I want to know that I'm in love with somebody, not just like, oh, we rolled in the hay, okay, bye. We had a good few meals and we rolled in the hay, next roll. You know, I don't want to be like, next. At my age, you know, you want true love, and that takes time. That takes time. So, got lots of clouds in the sky. And, you know, I didn't expect him to say anything back, like not at all, more than likely. I didn't really expect him to go, wait, please, I really like you, give me a second chance, nothing like that. He just said, no problem, thank you. Something, or no problem, Happy New Year. That's what he said. And so I thought, that just shows, you know, instead of like, I'm sorry that I made you feel uncomfortable, you know, like, or I didn't mean to be disrespectful, I do respect you, but I understand if you don't want to continue, that's fine. You know, just something a little more like, because I praised him, he could have praised me back, like, you know, well, I think you're adorable, and, you know, I really enjoyed myself too, and, you know, like that kind of thing, but it wasn't any, you know, I complimented him, he just said, no problem, you know, it's like, that just shows you know, I don't know. When I got fired from a place, I still told them I enjoyed working here. You know, it was a great club. You were always good to me, even if they weren't. I tried to end up on a positive note, and I think that's important. But this guy, I should be grateful that he responded back at all. I kind of thought he might be the kind of guy that just goes, never going to speak to that bitch again. So no, it wasn't that bad, but it could have been better. But maybe that's the best you could do. Look at these blue skies. Can you believe these blue skies? So it rained last night. But I'm proud of myself for not hanging in there. You know, like, I'm proud of myself for not staying when it wasn't the right place to be. You know, you got those red flags. You touched my butt when you're walking me to the car on the first date. Alarm, red flag, some poinsettia, beautiful poinsettia. Alarm, red flag, you know, so yeah, I'm proud of myself because I wanted to kind of hang in there and say, yeah, but it could be fun and maybe he'll be better. But they are what they are. People are what they are. I'm not saying I'm the, you know, pinnacle of virtue. I've got a past, but I'm not dragging my past into my present. And did I make some mistakes? Yes, I did. I told him that Tess, you know, because he was, I don't know, because he was so, maybe I shouldn't blame him, but I said, you know, I rode around on Tess's chair. Remember the bumper cars? I told him about that. That probably wasn't very respectful. So, you know, I'm not perfect. I need to be respectful of them. I just don't think we really were a match. Politically, that's another thing I told him. Politically, we're not on the same page. And he wasn't doing his research to go, wow, this is important. I need to find out about this. He was just like, I'm going to Vegas. You know, like, ew. I don't know. Vegas is just also, yeah. And Vegas is debauchery. It was run by the CIA, the secret societies to get the money out of people's hands. It's not a nice place. It's the Babylon, you know? And I'm glad I'm out of it. I'm out of that hellhole. It's not a nice place. You don't really find happiness there. You might get a temporary, especially if you drink, you know, a temporary buzz, but when you go home, your pockets are empty. You don't have anything to show for it, and it's just kind of a dead zone. So I'm glad I said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go on that dating. Because we could have dragged it out for a month or two. I mean, maybe after he got sex, he would have gone, or maybe he would have continued to just, it's good sex. It's fine for me. You know, it's like, but I want more than just sex. I want true intimacy. And so I'm proud of myself because it was a lot of fun, but there was something wrong with it. There was something that wasn't right about it. Just the energy from the other side, and maybe my energy, you know. Like I said, there was this emoji with this kind of shit-eating grin and this half-closed eyes, kind of looking up. Like, yeah. I got a rose in my teeth. I don't know. It was like kind of creeped me out. It wasn't sweet. It wasn't, you know, dear. It wasn't precious. It was kind of creepy. Those things, when you look at them, you say, "Oh, it's just an emoji. It's just a yellow face. It's holding a rose. Its eyes were half closed. It doesn't mean anything." No, everything means something, and behind it, you get a psychic hit. You know, behind it, you get a feeling, and maybe it's not even the emoji. Maybe it's just your own intuitive. I mean, God communicates to us at all times, and so if we listen, oh, these little blessed yellow flowers. Is this cute? Is this cute? Yeah, I thought you'd like that. So yeah, and it's my day off. So kitty. It's my day off. That's you guys really considering. Went way, way far away around, so I didn't feel threatened. That's very kind. Yeah. Beanie sniff, sniff, sniff. Look at these flowers. Bougainvillea. California, babe. California. We're not in frost. We're not in freezing weather. We've got green all year round. All year round. So I was listening to this spiritual, I guess I should kind of jog. I was listening to this spiritual prayer guy. And he was saying, God, take our fear, give us faith, give us purpose, give us meaning, cleanse us of our, guilt and shame, and inspire us towards what we're supposed to do, our purpose. Those weren't all the words he said, but kind of. It was really healing for me this morning. And sometimes when you're too young, you're like, oh, I can never get a toehold in. I'm only 14. Then when you get to be 61, 90, Freudian slip, you get to be 61, it's like, oh, I'm not on the young cutting edge. Well, yeah, but I got experience that young people don't have. I've got talents and skills that young people don't have. And so I am on the cutting edge. I am at the prime of my career. Maybe not as a starlet or as a centerfold or whatever, but as a movie maker, as an artist, I'm just getting going. I'm just getting going. Woo, woo, woo. So I need to take back my confidence. And, I was talking with my sister. Boy, that is a weird mushroom cloud up there. Goes up, and it's like very strange. So this one girl named Gina, she's online and she does a UFO disclosure. I think it's GINA. And she, her car she was talking about how they can turn off automobiles. And so she went out to her car and they'd turned it off as a message. Now she's a truther, and she gets out to the public. So she's on the map, they know who she is. She's a big time truther. And she gets intel too that she shares with everybody. The big spaceships cloaked in the clouds, and how they invert the image like into an X-ray, and then you can see these ginormous mall-sized structures up there, all in configurations and orbs, and you can clearly see that as a mechanical thing. It is not clouds, but it's cloaked by clouds. It's very weird, and she does a lot of disclosure on that. So she was kind of shaken, not terribly, but they turned her machine back on, her car back on, but they were kind of saying, yeah, we can turn your shit off anytime you want. And it's kind of scary to think that we think we're so invincible or sheltered or whatever. They have the capability of immobilizing us. I was also listening to a Christian song, and it was that we are warriors for the Lord. We are military for the Lord. We are fighting a war against the principalities of evil. Like I said, this evil has been trying to take over this planet since the inception, the artificial intelligence, the demonics. And they feed off of us humans, and especially the little ones. Torture, and they infiltrate through the eye. They can take over a person's psyche. It's a painful death. They just go in through the eye with a vril, a little tiny thing, and it secretes the liquid, and then the alien takes over the form of the human. That's one way. They also can appear, the Anunnaki can appear like humans, but every once in a while on film it breaks down. Nothing else around them breaks down, only them. And then you see the eye, the reptilian eye, you see the monster face, and you're like, what the hell was that? And they've got a lot of footage of that, so it's legit. We have a lot of, hybrids, meaning they're half alien. All of us are experimental hybrids from different species. That's why Asians look different than Afro-Americans or Africans, and all the different looks on this earth, and different, each type has a certain intelligence, usually kind of the norm, or proclivities and stuff. And so that's because we came from different places, and they crossbred us with other interdimensionals stuff. Other species. And Beanie, we gotta go. Come on now. Yeah, it's really warm. It's really pretty here. very pretty. This is like, it was cold. I was having to wear a jacket. Here, my arms are bare. And it's sunny. Beanie's pulling me along on my arm here every second. He's wanting to stop. My little kitty's there. Yeah, so it's literally in the next 2 years, as I keep repeating and I keep sharing, even in the next months, I believe, it's going to be all, the Hunter Biden laptop was, I was telling my sister, and maybe I've told you guys, but I'll say it again, because I can't remember what I say to my sister and what I say to you guys and what I say across the dinner table, so it all mixes in. I saw yesterday that I talked about the leg being cut off twice. I'm like, am I going senile? But you talk a lot and you talk to people, and people got their sprinklers going. Beanie likes the water. You like the water, don't you, Bean? And yeah, so the next 2 years, incredible disclosure, monumental disclosure. Yeah, the Hunter Biden laptops were authenticated. There was a lot of little people. Good morning. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. And this weather is good, isn't it? Pleasant. So pleasant. Yeah. So true. We don't get rain that much. We desert people get real excited about rain, don't we? You too. So, my neighbor, and what were we saying? Yeah, so there was a lot of little people on there, a lot of older people with little people, and you know what these secret societies do for their rituals. It's not pretty, and it involves torture, so I have to work around the artificial intelligence. I lost my original YouTube channel, and I don't want to do that with this one, and I had a lot of subscribers. I used to could come on here and live and chat with you guys, and I lost that because of the censorship. They want us censored, they want us silenced, they want to roll in. I was hearing something yesterday that the reason the gas prices are jacked up is that the globalists wanted us to capitulate into like the North Korean, North Korean communistic type godless society where the government is God and they're enslaved and they work 12 hours a day for a crust of bread, and that's what they were going to do to us. They were going to get us to all go, hey, the food prices are astronomical, the gas is this, now we have to sign on for that, but the military has stopped it, thank God. Every day we need to thank God for the military. People have died, and it is a true war, and the battle is coming from underground to the top ground, so I keep talking about it, and I love you guys. So, all right, that's it for now. I'm sure I'll film some more today.
I used to think it was noble to live underneath your means, but I've never done so. However, for those of you out there who are young and new, life, I cannot emphasize how wise and important it is to live under your means. And if you're in your early 20s and you begin in your early 20s to set a couple of $100 aside every month, when you reach 60, you'll be a millionaire. The way inflation is going, you might be a billionaire. Because of the phenomenon of compound interest. I didn't do that. But I was fortunate in a way to contract. I had very good disability insurance, and I contracted a disease that is something I couldn't continue to practice dentistry or oral surgery with, but so I was eligible for the disability, but it didn't cripple me too much. Anyway, so golf. So the idea is, this is my driver, to hit this little white ball as far as you possibly can. And it's interesting because, if you take a a ball and you throw it like that. Throw a ball. You notice how relaxed my arm is. And it is mostly well girls, they throw like this, but regardless, their arms are relaxed. And yet then we get up to a golf ball, you know, hands tight, shoulders tight, kill the ball. Die! Die! So, the idea is to swing fast, but to swing relaxed. The driver is actually the surprised me there are some women, like on the internet, like Paige Spearneck and there's another new one. And both of them are about 5'7", 120 pounds. And they can hit the ball 270, 280 yards. I can't. You know. I mean, I'm a lot older than that, but it's because they have great swings, and because hitting a golf ball a long way is a matter of speed, not strength. So, you know, the idea is to come through and stay relaxed, you know, instead of going, because that doesn't work. So, anyway, and then you know, the things I've been working on are, you know, one of the things is to keep my right foot down when I swing, like this. It doesn't come up until the end. Also learning to extend your arms out after the swing. I tend to want to keep it close, but you know, all good golfers they finish their swings like this. Hands are stretched way out, you know. Their heads are still down. They're up like this. You know, they're like this. So that's, you know, that's what you aim for. But really, hitting a golf ball is a lot like skimming a rock on a lake. It's the same kind of motion, more or less. It's really easy to do with one arm, but when you add the other arm to it, it doesn't seem to be so easy. So, well, now I think to just take off. Also, we want to try and keep our head in one place. Head should move to the right, should move to the left. It shouldn't be stiff, but and this position here, this is called a reverse K. Ben Hogan was famous for that position. Nobody hit the ball much better than Ben Hogan, really, except for maybe Mo Norman, but he had a weird swing, and he was weird. Anyway, not Ben Hogan. Hogan was a pretty regular guy. So, that wasn't very good. We will try it again. And also to keep it slow, eye on the ball, or at least in the vicinity of the ball. And keep that right foot down. I hit the shit out of that. Anyway, so she probably won't be able to put this all on the video, but this is the Testmeister wishing you a beneficent New Year, and may all your dreams come true. And may the bluebird of happiness shit all over your brain. Not really. May the bluebird of happiness smile upon you. That is, if you can find a happy bluebird. Bye now.
Katie's up there. Up on top. The water bottle. Is that cute? So, we sort of had a big argument this morning. And that's terrible. And Lynn warned me. She said, if you don't let Tess's ignoring you, basically she zones out, and you just don't let it roll off your back, it's gonna be bad. But I didn't do that this morning. I said, anyway. I'm listening to this guy. His name is Randy K. I don't know if you can see that. Randy K. And his YouTube channel is Randy K. Can you see that? Randy K. Yep, his name is Randy K. And he's talking about poisoned at death. She sees Jesus, angels, Abraham, and a freaky dude. So, but this girl,
he is romantic in the truest and
talking about God being romantic,
that word.
Forgiving, and keeping all of our prayers, all of our words. She was poisoned, mercury poisoned, and went to heaven. And God had a little cherub angel come out that was the size of a hummingbird and threw out a scroll, but it went all the way out and down into a cavern, all the words she ever said. And she said, God loves us so much that he keeps every word that we ever said and every love letter that he ever gave to us. He keeps, he thinks of us, he loves us, and he cares about us. And I thought that was really, she said she felt more euphoria when she went to heaven than she did ever in any moment on earth. And it was kind of hard for her to come back to earth, but she was like a Pop-Tart that wasn't quite done. She's really cute. Let's see if I can show you her. Let's see, he's talking about, here she is.
How high was his strikeout record? He had, I think his stats for that were phenomenal. He struck out more than the majority of the players as well. So we just have to wait for those good pitches. Wait for God to open up the door. Affect somebody down the road. Or you don't know that person is going to go and share testimony with somebody else. I don't even know if this is true, but somebody told me that Billy Graham, the person who witnessed to Billy Graham, that was the only person who ever brought to Christ. Billy Graham. But look how many people Billy Graham brought to Christ, So it's like, that's always encouraging to think about things like that. You just don't know.
I don't know about Billy Graham. He's probably a genetic woman, and he probably is like really corrupt. But she saw somebody up there that was passed, that was a nun, and she saw she had really sharp teeth. This man had really sharp teeth, and she was only an 8-year-old in heaven. And she goes, "Why is that man's teeth so sharp?" And he goes, "Because he says sharp things." And why is that man's ear so big? He goes, "Because he didn't listen." So she still struggles because she feels like sometimes she doesn't feel God, or she doesn't feel grateful for God, or feel her purpose or whatever. And she goes, "I've gone to heaven and I should be doing all these great things." And she goes, "He didn't reveal his purpose to me." But I think this is really an interesting video. And I just got to let go that I didn't do perfect with Tess this morning. I simply said to her, I said, "Are you okay?" Because her teeth came out. And she didn't answer. And so I said, "I'll take that as a yes." And then Douglas goes, "Leave her alone." And I'm like, "I'm not attacking her." And she goes, "Well, I'm bracing myself because you do." And I'm like, "Because I asked how you are, that's considered an attack." And I said, and I played this thing about this narcissist that said, narcissists always make you the attacker, even when you're doing nothing wrong. Like, "Oh, that's just like you to do that. That's, you're the one that's always doing this." They switched around and played the victim. So I said, "You're playing the victim when and acting like I attacked you when I just asked you, are you okay?" Anyway, all hell broke loose. Douglas went off, and it was just the block open. You know what? We're all doing the best we can here. We all made up. We all said we were sorry. Douglas gave me a hug. Tess gave me a hug. And we're all better. So I better listen to Lynn Miller. Oh. And I got a text from my sister I was talking about that earlier. He's walking their dog. They're so cute. I don't know if you can see out there. He's walking his dog. Little tiny doggy. And yeah, I just wanted to share that. Oopsie. Somebody on the dating site said, "Oh, you've got such an open personality," or something like that. But he was a Democrat. Wah, wah, and vaccinated. Wah. You don't get any more. That's all you get. God, that's all you get, sweetie pie. No more. I know. We're low on chicken juice. So. Yeah, but I'm enjoying this day off. And here's little kitty. What are you doing? What are you doing so cute up there? Huh? Just looking around, having so much fun. He wants with a TRAT. Yeah, you do. You want to play, don't you? Yeah, you're so cute and little bean. You're both so cute. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Is it time to play? Is it time to play? What you doing? All right. Thank you for coming and being part of our life. Your presence here changes our life, knowing that we can share ourselves with you. Happy New Year. May all your dreams come true. I was listening to Jason, I think Shurka is his name, and he was saying, visualize what you want, say what you desire, and manifest it. What you think is what you create. And it might as well be wonderful, right? If anybody hasn't told you they love you today, we love you. We do.